Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm finishing up something yummy and delicious. Just finished a little bit of a snack, so yeah, I thought I'd hop on here. I've been wanting to do one of these videos for a while, and you've heard me mention it in a few of the other videos if you've seen them, of activities and different things that you can do with your child for enrichment. And this is something that I do as an adult. I learned it from one of my art groups that I'm a part of on Facebook and YouTube. And it's something that's called either an art journal, junk journal, glue book, whatever you want to call it. And it's something I've done. I found it to be extremely stress relieving. And while I was looking at them the other day, you can see them back here. These, I'm going to bring one up to show you here in just a minute. I thought, what a fantastic way to create something as an enrichment activity for your children that will keep them busy, but also keep track of, depending on their age group and what it is that they're learning. This could simply be a creative art journal that you're having your child either journal or draw or do something that is learning and nurturing and enriching. So I'm going to show you one of these. They call them glue books or junk journals. They give them nicknames like Fatty Patty, Chunky Charlie, different things, but the whole purpose is just art expression and stress relief. And this is one of those books. It is basically a composition notebook that you would get in the Dollar Tree or Walmart, wherever you find them when they go on sale for back to school. Sometimes you can get them for 50 cents. I've got them for $1. It depends on where you get them. They're always available at the Dollar Tree for $1 when they're not on special. During back to school, that's when you can get them for a cheaper price at Walmart. But you can always find these no matter what the cover. But basically, I'll show you from, this was the second one I did. You're going to be taking magazine pictures, paint, letters, calendar pictures, pieces of maps. You see what I'm saying, right? It seems silly, but I have had so much fun, and just even the stress relieving aspect of it. I have felt tension in my neck and shoulders literally melting away as I just chose to cut or rip paper and then just glue it in here in any random way. And sometimes that's all you're doing. You're not even thinking. The stress is just going out. It's really great for adults. And those in my mixed media art groups, they can tell you they have made an art form of it. These things weigh about 5 pounds. I mean, you can see the different things, different pages that I've done, just from basic things. I've really loved it. Now, because these things get so heavy, one of the things to do is to reinforce the spine. And you're going to get ribbon or twine, yarn, whatever it is you have on hand, and you're going to wrap it around the center of that composition notebook where the seam is. You know exactly where the center is. But then it's also recommended that you do it in a few other places so that when this gets heavy, if it gets this heavy with your child, the pages will be secure in that spine. That provides a little bit of extra reinforcement, but it's also something fun because you can have your child pick out the yarn, pick out the twine, pick out the ribbon. The first one I did all with twine, and I added beads to the outside. So that was another fun activity. Girls might like it. I had painted the cover and put stickers on it. You can see the back I left plain. That was what the cover and the looked like. This was the first one I did. You know, you're making pockets here. Do you see that? So you can create this with a purpose. You can have it be a travel journal or a place where your child is doing work and you're keeping their work in here. It can serve a purpose, or it can just be for pure stress relieving. Now, my thoughts for turning this into an enrichment activity for your child is to section it off. And so as they're learning either the alphabet or the numbers or colors, you can help them to create and find things in magazines and pictures to cut out, to color, to, you know, whatever it is. This is your book, and I know I'm not making any sense at all. I got to get my thoughts together. But I've got some things here I wanted to show you. This is just one of your typical, this is what we would use. And you find the middle typically, which is right here. That's where the little seaming and stitching is that you can see. And then this is where you would be wrapping your yarn. Okay. I then recommend counting off, because there's 26 letters in the alphabet, maybe having 2 pages per letter. So 26 and 26 is 52. This is 100 sheets. So a little bit more than half of the book would be set aside for the letters of the alphabet. And then the last 2 sections, and let me go ahead and mark this. I grabbed these stickers from I got these in Dollar Tree a couple of years ago. You can create whatever tabs you want, but sectioning them off into tabs, into sections for alphabet, numbers, colors, whatever it is that you're choosing to do. And then I'm going to add this here. I'm going to show you how these are done once these are finished. I'm going to leave this sticking out a little bit. Okay, and then I'll grab another one here. See? I just added that one. I'm going to write on there for the next one. I'm going to grab a different color. This is just a fun activity you can do with your kids. And even if you didn't want to make it about school, I personally think I try to make everything be fun and have some kind of an activity that fires up your child's imagination. I think when you create an environment in your home that is always learning, always sparking curiosity, question asking, what does that mean? Where do we find that? Okay, so now you see I've got 1, 2, 3 tabs. You could create a 4th tab if you wanted. The largest section, of course, is going to be your alphabet. And then this is your alphabet section. And then this portion here could be for numbers, and the last for colors. Now, let me reach over here. There's a lot of free publications that people get in the mail, or that you can pick up in your library or at the airport or at the grocery store. You receive junk flyers all the time. This was an Amazon magazine that I got around Christmas time. Okay, do you see the pictures and things? So you could use this to identify letters of the alphabet. If you're looking for like R for robot, you see what I'm saying? When you're looking on the letter R, let's find something that starts with the letter R. R for robot. Cut that out and glue that into the space on the page with the letter R. If you're doing the color blue, there's something blue, you can cut that out. You see what I'm saying? This was free. It came to me in the mail. It was really very nice. I had some, I actually cut them out because they were really nice activities. These were stickers and things that were in this publication that was sent free from Amazon. Really cute. And there was a sheet of these adorable stickers. And then there's a recipe here on a nice, for hot cocoa. And then there was a cute little, I think, what do they call these? Mad Libs that you could fill out. There was a color by number in there. And then there was a little maze. And then this activity for all these, I totally took out. Draw something inside the snow globe. And then this is adorable. I'm saving this. Build an alpine lodge from your Amazon box. And then I really enjoyed the way these look, the graphics on these. And so I ripped those out because I thought those looked really cute. And then there were some other images of animals and things that I just really wanted. So that's something that came free, but you know, we live in a coastal community with an international airport here. And so this is a visitvirginiabeach.com. This is a tourist guide that people can get here anywhere. And going through here and finding, let's see, that's a dolphin. And, oh, this is cute. There's a scavenger hunt in there if you go to the aquarium of the different fish. But you see the images. So you're looking for colors or things that start with a certain letter. The numbers here, number 4, just different imaging that you can look and see and use. F for fish. You see what I'm saying? There's lots of image, and this was completely free. Number 6, G for golfing. I mean, lots of images that you can use if you're trying to help your child to create something that they find that is going to enrich and enforce the learning the letters and words, sight words, spelling, colors, different things like that. Here's another magazine, beautiful dogs on the front, D for dog. And once again, I mean, you're dealing with a lot of ads. There's beach, surfboards, T for tent. I mean, just really pretty, beautiful images that you can use. These letters here, the word discover, adventure, they could cut individual letters out, use the entire word if they're learning to read. Just different things. More pictures of animals, dogs. I think I saw a picture of a bird. Food, singing. I mean, there's just so many different things that you can use. And I'm sure you have something similar in your area that you can use. And of course, I know you don't want a big stockpile of a ton of magazines and even regular magazines. I happen to love magazines. I get the little 3-pack at Sam's Club that's got, that has, excuse me, the 3-pack at Sam's Club that's got Martha Stewart and Good Housekeeping. I get it for like $5. It's 3 magazines. I really love it. But after a while, I'm going to be cutting those things up, or I'm going to be tossing them into the recycling. So that's a way where you can, get something you're going to enjoy and then put it later on into an area, a basket or a container, so that all the things that are available for your enrichment book or your glue book, whatever you want to call it, is contained in one spot. So you're not, acquiring a stack 5 feet high of magazines that you've had for 20 years. I'm not into hoarding. No thanks. But you can use old calendars to find images as well. So this has letters and pretty pictures of flowers, nice words if your child is learning different things. I'm sure you have some calendars that would be fun. And this was one that I got in like Lowe's or Home Depot, one of these. I don't remember who carries Eagle Bay. But this also has pictures, flowers, and gardens, houses, tables, furniture. There's all kinds of magazines and things that you can find that can help you get started and create a storehouse if you're going to create something like that for your kids. Now, another thing, when your child is in the number section, for example, if you want them cutting out things, and that's another thing when they're learning to use scissors, okay, you can have them cut out shapes and whatnot, and then glue them inside a little envelope that you have now, or put them inside an envelope that you have glued to a page, or the inside cover if you want it to be a little bit stronger. Let me show you. You could glue these things in here. This could have their counters, their letters, their colors. You could do 2 on the front and 2 on the back, and so they're going to know they can go in there. Sometimes there's sheets of pretend money. If they're learning currency and money, you could keep their little pretend money inside here, so it's nice and secure in one place. But this can be a fun activity that they're actively involved in. And I remember when my youngest daughter, Rebecca, was getting ready to start kindergarten, she had a little bit of a speech impediment. And I went to the speech therapist at the elementary school where her sisters were attending, and I said, you know, Rebecca's going to be coming next year for kindergarten, and she is having a little problem with certain sounds. What do you recommend? And she told me to go into magazines and find pictures of those things that she's having trouble pronouncing. Hers had to do with the sounds that originate in the back of the throat, the hard sounds like K and G, K and G, those back there. She would substitute it with a T or a D, which is in the front of the mouth. So she said, find pictures of things like cups and like, you know, girl and those things that she would have a hard time with, and then have her create a book with those sounds. And I thought, oh, okay, well, that's pretty nice. And we actually never got around to it because we got filled up with a bunch of other summer fun things. But that never left my mind as something like, wow, yeah, you can make a something your child has created themselves. They've selected the pictures. They've either helped cut them out, or you have cut them out for them, depending on their age. And I just think that's a really good activity that's going to get them engaged and curious and fun. And being as parents are their children's first teachers, I think engaging them in these activities really fires up their imagination and gets them connected and helps them remain curious and learning. So instead of just blankly looking at a magazine, they're now going to be looking for things that start with the letter D, or things that start with the letter B, or things that start with the letter R. You'd be amazed when you start focusing them in how they start picking up on that around them. And even in storybooks, when you're reading stories, look, there's a ball. Ball starts with B, you know, different things like that. So I just hope that gives you some direction, some fun activity for you. Let me tell you, art expression is a definite stress reliever. I never gave it enough credit. I initially thought it was a silly thing to do when I first heard about it. And then I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and give it a try. And literally laughed my head off as I felt the stress leaving my neck and shoulders. I couldn't believe it. And I thought, wow, art therapy. It works, guys, but also can be a fun activity you can do with your kids. I hope that gives you some ideas. I hope you decide to start something like this with your kids and see if it's something you can do together with all of your children. All right. I don't know. What am I saying? You guys, thanks for spending some time with me today. And you have a great day. Bye.